Hey everybody, this is Perch. I, before we get into this mail, people will text me, various outrages, things that are going on, and there's an outrage right now for a Netflix show called Paranormal Park, I believe. I think that's the official name of it. Anyway, it's an animated show, and one of the characters is trans, and it's suddenly people are suddenly I guess discovered it, found it. I don't know. It just like Elon Musk is commenting on it. It's like we're getting the woke flicks stuff, and I mean that's fine. I think you could object to it all you want, but the part that's weird to me is, and this has happened a lot. I don't know if it's happening to any of you, but this show is not new. Like and it's not. I'm not, again. This isn't an argument whether it's appropriate for 7-year-olds or not. It's not appropriate for 7-year-olds. But it was out in 2000 is in 22. I looked this up. It was out in 22. It was in canceled for like immediately. Like it got one season and was not renewed. Again, this isn't an argument whether the show is good or bad, but I wonder like what, what like what happened here? Did people, I mean, I mean, it's fine if you miss it. It's just, it seems weird to me to bring up something from 3 years ago and be like, this is an outrage. You got Elon like, this is not okay. It has to be stopped. Yeah, it was. It was 2 years ago. Like, it didn't survive a season. So why is it, why? And I see this happens in comics a lot too, is people get like, suddenly there will be an outrage and it's like, I would love to get the backstory of what happened. Were people like just wandering around Netflix, like just clicking around looking for things, and it's like, oh, I wonder, like, do they put in trans as a keyword and see what comes up? And it's like, holy shit, this show has a little devil in it. The show has demons in the cartoon. It's some kind of demon amusement park or something. Anyway, and then they're like, immediately they get the screen grabs and they go viral, but they're protesting something gone. Like it's weird to me. It feels a little bit similar to this is an exaggerated version, but people on the other end of this political spectrum. Like, have you heard of this Hitler guy? He's really bad. We need to stop him because he's bad. It's like, okay. Anyway, it's whatever. Maybe they're asking for the show to be just removed from Netflix entirely. I guess that's the plan. But anyway, it's just weird. And then you see all these rubes in there coming in going like, this show cannot get this show can't get a second season. Why are they it's like, nope, it doesn't. Anyway, whatever. All right, does anybody else have this experience? Maybe it's just me. It's fine. Okay. I do wonder. I just wonder, like, why today? Why did we, what was, whether there's just too much to get to 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Oh, all right. Here's a mail. It says, Dear Perch, I recently re-listened to some of your videos, I'm sorry, where you went over the solicitation for December 2024 and February of this year for the big two. It's amazing just how few books that Marvel published in December will make it to 2026 without getting canceled or relaunched, and most that do probably aren't going to make it past June. The Ultimate books and Avengers are the ones that come to mind. With DC, I forgot that Jenny Sparks mini was a thing. Man, King's minis really haven't mattered in years, have they? Though there's Mr. Miracle getting a cartoon, so he'll probably get further cursed with having his work on a screen. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I mean, next year he has his Lantern show and a movie based off Supergirl mini. I think the movie based off Supergirl mini will be very, very loosely based, but we'll see. If one of those turns out good, it'll be proof that there is a loving God. Will it? I don't know about that. Also, get back to Jane's solicitation reviews and stuff. It's good background noise to listen to. Perch. Good background noise. Anyway, thank you very much. The mail, there wasn't really a question in there, but it brings up a question I was curious about. So it was the line of Jenny Sparks. Do you remember how many people got mad about Jenny Sparks? It wasn't a good series. I mean, basically it's like Jenny and 9/11 written by Tom King, where she curses out Superman. I guess the question, it kind of fits with the lead in here as well, is with some of this stuff for me, and I know I do it in the solicitation videos. I'll say things like, Well, this isn't going to matter. And it's and I guess what I should say is this won't matter to any of us a year from now, but we can get angry about it, talk about it a lot now. I mean, you have to go a little further back in time, but Brian Michael Bendis, when he went to DC, did a series called Naomi, and there was a big fuss about it. And there was a CW show that went on about it, and it was like they're pushing Naomi down our throats, and they're going to have her join the Justice League, and they kind of did, but didn't. Or it was a blink and you miss it. I mean, literally blink and you miss it kind of moment. And some of this stuff, it just doesn't matter. And I guess if Tom King, I mean, look at the stuff that over the years we've gotten in terms of minis from Tom King. We had the Human Target stuff. We had Danger Street. We had Rorschach. We had the Jenny Sparks mini. Has any of that stuff mattered, like, at all? I mean, we it and I guess I ask question on two different fronts. On one end, I just don't find it's worth getting too fussed about a lot of stuff because it's clear from the get-go that it doesn't matter. I understand it's a very tired argument and it's been had to death, but I think there's a major difference between, hey, let's age up John Kent, or let's make Bobby Drake gay, or things like that where there's a lifespan to this stuff, a longer lifespan. You're changing. The John Kent is a really good example because you're changing actually the stories that can be told about this character, and I think that's something that has more long-reaching consequences. And then you have something like Fire and Ice, and I understand that got renewed for a second, little mini after the first mini, but in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. And it's hard to believe that it does matter. So I have this, I mean, this very natural when I look at comics. It's like, and maybe this is a retailer perspective. I don't know. You look at comics, go, this one's going to actually have an impact in the store. It's worth considering, figuring out, marketing, pushing, whatever, because I can sell copies of that can be substantial. This one, I got 3 weirdos in my store who will buy anything with fire in it. So I'll buy 3 copies, maybe a fourth if I'm feeling feisty, and call it a day. And it's like that's kind of this stuff that fits into that second category. It doesn't matter. It falls right off the face of relevancy for me, and it's like it exists, but I don't really spend a lot of energy on it. Granted, the internet is all about spending lots of energy on whatever. So that's one side of it. The other side is, if you're a comic company, I know I've done this video before. At some point, you should be swinging for home runs, right? It's like, not to use a sports analogy here, but the same feeling, the same like, does this comic matter? If you've got like Tom King doing Jenny Sparks, okay, Tom King's one of your bigger names. Despite whatever people think of it, he is one of your bigger names. Jenny Sparks is a member of the Authority that at one point had some pretty big sales. Is this putting your best foot forward? Is this like, is it sending a batter out to bat and be like, you know what, you can just stand there. Try and get, I mean, there's strategically, sometimes you want somebody to, basically get a walk. But generally the people going up to plate, it's like, we're really hoping you could hit the ball and ideally out of the park and get a home run. That's what we'd really like you to do. We don't really send you up there to just, like, imagine a team that like every single player went to bat. They just bunted. It's like, just bunt. It's hard to believe, but that is a way you could make baseball even more boring. Or it's like, get a football team. It's like, our strategy this season is we're going to go out there and we need to get 10 yards of play, right? So we're just going to get basically 3 and like a couple 3 yards and 4 inches each play. We're going to just run the ball 3 yards at a time, every single play, the entire game. That's how we're going to win. Just 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. That's it. You don't do that because at some point, you want your team is back there like, let's figure out how to make a big play. Let's figure out how to, and I don't know, maybe this isn't the perfect analogy, but if you're a comic publisher, why put out things that just don't matter? Why put out things that are insignificant? Going back to the very beginning, whoever made that, Paranormal Park show or whatever, you would hope that the creators that were like, let's make a show that's going to have, as many seasons as The Simpsons. We want something that's gonna be decade or more. Like, you don't produce a show and go through all that trouble. You're like, "Let's go out there and get 1 season and then get canceled and quietly disappear for 3 years until libs of TikTok figures out that it's there and gets everybody angry at it." Like, you don't you wanna go all in. There's probably thinking about it, there's probably some other reason why that surfaced, and they're like, did the creator, insult Trump or make fun of Charlie Kirk or something? I'll give you okay, $100, that's why this is coming up now. There's some recent event that's tied people back to that show. This wasn't there's my answer. Anyway, or not maybe, but that's my guess. Anyway, but my point is, you want as a producer, either a publisher or a studio or whoever, you want you want home runs. You want to actually do big things, and you should be trying to do big things. And to the point about the solicitations, and this is the problem, if you wanted to give one reason why Marvel's in a malaise and just going nowhere right now, it's that all their titles just feel like killing time. Not all. There's some good books in there. But a lot of the books feel like more you have more books that feel like killing time than books that are actually trying to knock it out of the park. And I think, and there's more buzz around DC. Well, what's DC doing right now? They're trying to knock it out of the park. So it's like, to me, it's the simple solution. You don't win all the time. You don't have a hit with everything you do. But if you try and have a hit with everything you do, your odds go up, and you just do better. If you bunt the ball constantly, it's a very boring game in an already boring game. Anyway, you take my point. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening. All right, so you're getting ideas of what you're gonna do to your future husband. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What's an example of something you're gonna do to your future husband?
If a car is, like, towing another one and the front of the car is facing us and he's asleep, I'm gonna wake him up and, start screaming, and hopefully he starts screaming, and we both start screaming, and he loses his mind and faints.
All right. So you're 11 years old and you're thinking of ways to torture your future husband. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you have any other ways?
Um, on, on if we have different days for washing dishes, I'm gonna make sure that there's, like like a tiny speck of apple juice falls on a plate. Oh, it's dirty. Goes in the sink.
You took a while to answer that. If you had other ways, is it because you couldn't think of ways to torture your husband, or because you have a list in your mind?
No, because I have a list of notes, and I'm just too lazy to get off Roblox to look at that list.
She's a catch, folks.